is the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS show with John Impemba and James Grande.
What is going on, FA Nation? John Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS Playbook Preview Show. It is Friday. James, we have 6 games here on the main slate, starting at 7 o'clock, running up till the 8 p.m. Eastern hour. No 10 p.m. games on this slate, which is, I guess, good and bad, right? You know where you stand before you go to bed in the evening here. Some pretty good matchups. I mean, Charlotte, Washington, high scoring, likely affair in that one there. New Orleans, Philadelphia, Minnesota, Cleveland, Orlando, the Knicks, Orlando versus the Knicks, Atlanta, Memphis, and Miami, OKC. A couple of teams on back-to-backs on this slate as well. Plenty of star power. Sir, how you doing?
Doing well. A lot of star power already out, too. Donovan Mitchell, we know. Tyrese Maxey's ruled out once again. Karl-Anthony Towns, Mobley, Jalen Johnson has an ankle sprain. So there's a lot of guys already ruled out. Marvin Bagley's ruled out. We watched Anthony Edwards, despite going Super Saiyan, sprained his ankle, maybe sprained his wrist, and probably he's concussed after hitting his head on the backboard, all in one game that he scored 41 actual and 16 in the fourth in. So, TBD on Edwards, too, right? I would say just there's almost no chance he does not check in
questionable.
There's just no, dude. But we saw that last
He got hurt, left, came back, left like 3 different times.
Yes. Yep. 20 seconds of the game. You messaged me in 50 different messages in all caps saying no Edwards, no, just left, no.
Well, it was 3 seconds. They won the tip. He went down the left. He did a crossover, stepped on the foot of whomever was guarding him.
He did.
Had to call a timeout and went to the locker room. I was like, he is 50% owned. What is going on here? The whole slate. I got 100 likes on a tweet that I had about it. So, and then he came back, and then he left again, and then he came back, and then he did what he did in the fourth quarter of that game. So,
Yep.
We'll see on the road, back to back. Definitely, you have to fly. They say all the time when you have sprained ankles, you don't want to fly because the pressure of flying can cause swelling and all that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in that one there.
He might just run. He might just run there.
He could. He could try get on a bus. Planes, trains, automobiles. All right. Game totals here. Pelicans, 76ers, 224. 76ers are getting 6.5 at home. Charlotte, Washington, as I mentioned, 226. Wizards are giving 3. Minnesota, Cleveland. Cleveland's currently getting 1. 209 total there. Pretty gross. Orlando, New York. New York giving a point. 208.5 total there. Also gross. Atlanta, Memphis. Memphis getting only 2.5. 215. Miami, OKC, our final game on the slate, 224 today. Not a slate high. Close to it, though. The Thunder are giving 8.5. We talked about this before. Scoring has been down since the All-Star break.
Yes.
I feel like if this was the second month of the season, Charlotte, Washington would have been a 244 game total and not a 226. It's where we're at with it. So it should be pretty interesting to see where the points come in here.
Since you have said that, John, you know what I have done in every single Better Edge sport?
Take the under?
I have taken the under in every single one of our Better Edge pick'em contests that we run at fantasyalarm.com every single day. You can go to fantasyalarm.com/pick'em to join us there. But I've taken the under right there. Scan the code. Just scan it right there. But
$10 free when you sign up. $10 free.
$10
Don't
free.
even need a credit card. They just give you $10.
Verify your account.
Here's $10. Here it is.
Here.
They just you sign up, you confirm your and all of a sudden $10 go into your account.
Right, it's pick'em. Everyone loves pick'ems, so it's a
Plus,
lot of fun.
We're gonna be doing some March Madness stuff there soon too. So get your free $10 now.
And don't jump that far ahead. UFC this weekend as well. Some
UFC 299. We got to pick him for UFC 299 this weekend. Mike Iannone, the dude has been I say it every time. He's hands down the best MMA DFS guy in the industry. So. Anyways, continue. Unders.
Oh yeah, I just been betting unders in these pick'em contests because it is, like you said, scoring has been down despite how good everybody is in the NBA. It's just a fact. You have Atlanta on the slate, you have Washington on the slate, and you have OKC on the slate, 3 of the fastest teams in the NBA, and none of those games are even 230. Not even where every game this year, I feel like Washington's been involved in a 240 or like
We
230.
had them in a 300-point game like
We
twice.
had them in a 3. Atlanta had a almost 400-point game or whatever it was, 350, whatever it was. It was 300 points in like 1 minute into the fourth quarter in that Atlanta Indiana game. So like, it is a good point by you. So considering, and just considering that, like, where you may X off some of these low totals in past slates or past years, that's just, you can't do that. Right.
Yeah, agreed. Top overall price player on this slate here is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Has this matchup at home against Miami. Miami is on the second leg of a back-to-back here. SGA is 10-5, coming off 50 in a game where we said competitive game against Portland. Didn't see it coming, but all of a sudden Anthony Simons just went absolutely nuclear in the second half of that game. Kept it within 8. You got 36 minutes, which I guess is kind of disappointing. You only got 50 fantasy points out of SGA there at 36 minutes against Portland, but he gave you 37 actual. Miami, not a great defensive team. They gave up a huge triple-double tonight to Luka. No problems paying that if you want to get there. You got Brunson questionable. You have DeJounte Murray at 92. You have Garland down at 76. I mean, like you said, point guard, a lot of injuries here. Smaller slate, so player pool definitely shrinks up on us. Do you find yourself looking to spend up for an SGA, or if a Brunson is healthy against Orlando, or DeJounte on the road against Memphis here?
I mean, you can get to any of them. Obviously, the Brunson spot is not great. Coming off an injury, I know it's only been a couple days, but like obviously the knee has bothered him enough. I don't know. I assume that he would only play if he was like 100% or close to, right? Nobody's 100% at this point of the year, but like they would not risk their season to put him out there early. And you have to know that, right? Like you're knowing it because it's, well, I'm Jalen Brunson and I play for Tom Thibodeau. So I'm going to play 50,000 minutes. So I would assume if he's good to go, he's healthy, just really tough spot with the Jalen Suggs defense looming. I like Shea in this spot. I have no problem getting to him. I also think DeJounte is fine. I think you and I have both settled on like 9K plus DeJounte is a fine price if you end up getting there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw Luke Kennard is doubtful.
I did.
Look, that means should mean that we're going to get Jordan Goodwin back in the, living out his final days on his 2-way contract. I'm sure Memphis will like stretch this out to the end of the year if they don't give him just a standard deal, but I assume that means Goodwin defense. That is a good thing for DeJounte. So, I'm Vince Williams defense is not the best. So maybe I backtrack a little bit, but DeJounte is fine. I think everyone's just going to play Garland. I know he's coming off a bad game. I know he has a tough spot. It was a back-to-back.
Do you think they go Garland here, or do you think maybe we look at what Jordan Poole keeps doing?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Jordan Poole against Charlotte at home. I get he's not going to start, but that obviously has been better for him here. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to be plugging in maybe this grouping, depending on obviously who's in or out. You have McBride, again, could play a lot of minutes without Brunson, as we've seen. You have Jordan Poole here. Tyus, not his greatest game the other day, but he had 40 the game before that against Utah. Man is questionable.
Yes. That was where my mind went to. I went to Micic.
You got Micic, who started anyways the other day.
Yep.
So, I think for me, while again, I might probably find myself into some SGA here. After that, I think I'm just playing this group: Poole, McBride if there's no Brunson, Micic anyways. You mentioned Goodwin, probably a good spot. They started campaign the other day without Maxey. They started him next to Kyle Lowry. Lowry is going to be back for this game here. Lowry played 36 minutes in that game, 5,700, and then you got campaign down here. Going to play somewhere in the mid-20s. I mean, that he's $5,100 as well. I mean, there's definitely some value at point guard.
Yeah, so a lot to get to. I think I love, first off, Jordan Poole on the second unit. He has looked so good for this team coming off the bench. Just gonna throw
Almost
that out
saving his season, kind of, right?
Saving a season. Yeah, he did almost take a shot from his butt the other day, John. He got an offensive rebound and he was like gonna shoot, and then he was like, I can't Jordan Poole this. Let me pass.
Don't do what they expected to do, Jordan. Don't do it.
right. Also, we shout to Miles McBride, 46 minutes if Brunson's out. I mean, probably gonna play 46 minutes again. I think Micic would probably be my favorite of the group. Also, we'll see if Conley plays on the second leg of a back-to-back. He's been in and out of back-to-backs. Like, he's played the last couple, but
if Edwards doesn't play, I mean, NEW, I guess, is a shooting guard.
Yeah,
he'll play. Locking in that spot.
Lock it. Yeah, lock and load. I'm okay getting to the Philly guys. I'd almost rather play Lowry at 57 than Payne 51 because I feel more confident with the Lowry minutes than I would Payne. Not a good spot for either though. New Orleans has been a really good defense. You've pointed that out a couple times. I think for me it would just probably be Micic at this tier, and I don't. And Poole, yeah, Micic, Poole, Fultz 3,600 is great, but the price or the minutes suck. I don't think there's.
Yeah, not unless if Conley gets ruled out and they don't have Edwards, like would McLaughlin start?
Monty Morris.
Sorry.
Yeah, they've been playing. Monty Morris has been McLaughlin's out of the rotation. I think it would be.
Where is Monty Morris? C3K.
Did they move him to?
He's questionable as well. He got hurt in this game.
Oh, he got hurt. Okay, I don't even remember them announcing that. Truthfully, so yeah, it would have to. If it would be, they would either start NAW. Scenario that Conley and Edwards sits. Do whatever you can, Minnesota. Do the right thing and start TJ Warren.
I mean, he played tonight. Could very well do it. Shooting guard position again. There is Anthony Edwards at 9K. We'll see. Ingram now under 8K at $7,900. DDV at 78. Brandon Miller 7K. If there's no Trey Mann, I mean, he's already playing a bunch of minutes anyways. But I mean, could find a way into some more shots potentially there. Vince Williams, Terry Rozier had a ceiling game. I don't know if we can count on that on back-to-back nights. Bogdan 6,400, playing a lot of minutes.
Yeah, that was his first good game in a while. I don't love the price, but if he makes shots, he's fine.
Okay. Oubre 62 and Healed right above him.
Yeah, it would. Kelly O has just been so good. And you were right. Like Healed's minutes did go up. They didn't go up as much as I think we both would have liked to see because they played Jeff Dowden like 25 minutes, and like that sucks. I can't imagine Healed's minutes are going to go up from there with like Kyle Lowry back, but Oubre, LeVert, Poole. This is a strong like next year, dude. You know who's back, John?
Trey Murphy.
Ray freaking.
I saw your tweet.
All the way back in on the Pelicans. Dude, he's just a game changer. Like, let's just if that's what you get off the bench, 6 and 10 threes.
Yeah.
Or now, well, I guess off the bench, but like if that's what you have coming off the bench in a playoff series, where like forget it. Like that's how do you guard them when they're guarding you better than you guard other like. Right. What do you do?
When you now have to worry also about Trey Murphy, the way you had to worry about Ingram and Zion and McCollum, like what do you do?
Forget it. But if that's what Trey Murphy's for tournaments, I'm very interested.
Sure. Duncan Robinson had a good game tonight again. I don't know how much we want to go Miami versus OKC here. Any W's down here as we've talked about. Merrill, Koulibaly, Conchar, any of these guys for you for some value? They started Black the other day. Obviously, their guards are all healthy for this game. What are your thoughts?
So I want to just circle back real quick, and I want to ask you this question. Why is Josh Giddey playing the minutes that he's playing?
I have no answer.
Because that minute, Josh Giddey, those minutes, Josh Giddey, is a mid 6 to 7K player, not 5,100. So if you're playing multiple lineups, wouldn't you think, if you think about the Heat, they X'd Jovic out and just played small, right? On Thursday. Doesn't
I mean,
that fit?
Giddey's a very good productive player even in 20 minutes, right?
Sure.
So if you think
Sure.
at 5K, you're okay to settle for a guy that maybe only goes for 20 but has a ceiling of 40. Like if he gets the extra minutes, sure. I don't mind game theorying some Giddey here. The problem is, we talk about this a lot, is that SGA is taking 25 shots.
Sure.
So, if he is, and he usually is, but if he doesn't get going efficiently, 6 of 9, 6 of 10, I mean, he's got to make his shots to kind of pay off the price tag.
I know. I'm not. You're not wrong.
Especially
But
the way
also,
Micic is there. I mean, what's Micic's ownership on this slate?
very high. Especially
60,
if Trey Man's officially rolled out, it's very high.
right? 60% probably. Started the other day anyways. Now maybe no Trey Man against Washington at 5,300.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
He's going to be crazy high.
It's a great spot.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Okay, I just wanted to bring it up because I do think
I've seen a lot of people tweet about him.
If you're gonna get Josh Giddey in near 30 minutes in any capacity, I think it's worth a shot.
Okay. Small forward position. Miles Bridges, $8,400 here. Buckets off a tough night for us because we were high on him. 82. Your boy Josh Hart, 43 minutes.
Dude, he came through, but he had what, 12 fantasy points at half. He also had 0 actual points at half. So he had scored all of his points in the second half. Made 3 threes again.
2 blocks and steals, nice.
Also, probably he's coming off a high. Had Ben Stiller on his podcast. So
there you go.
That's a cool thing. That's a cool thing.
It's not bad. Toby Franz had a huge game the other day.
He did.
Denny at 67. Not terrible.
Dude, I think Washington is really interesting here. Because they don't have
Bagley. Kuzma at the 5 again?
Yeah, no Bagley, which also in turn you're going to see Grant Williams at the 5 probably at a bunch here. I think Denny is a big beneficiary of no Bagley. Denny's a good rebounder. 3 of the last 4, 7+ rebounds. 2 of the last 4, 11+ rebounds. I like Denny Avdia here. I don't love the price, but I do like Denny's minutes right now, and I do love Denny's like possible double-double. Sneaky double-double bet there, John, against Charlotte.
Could be. Sadiq Bey, you mentioned Bojan the other day. Got another 30 minutes, man.
Yeah. Yep. I think if there's no Brunson, they need his. I think if there's no Brunson, they need his offense. They don't have enough. They don't have enough offense for that Brunson.
$200 cheaper than he was the other day. Bay is 57. You mentioned Murphy already. Herb Jones 53. Would you go back to Kyle Anderson if everybody's out again?
No, because I would just play. He's 52. What did they? Nas is 59. I'd still rather just play Nas Reed.
And then
who took 20 shots? Who took 20 shots? Right. Like, also, I would also play Jaden McDaniels, who had a really good game, 4,500. Jaden McDaniels had 11 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists tonight. So he was in foul trouble and kind of. They played NAW down the stretch because of the foul trouble, and then NAW is just a really good defender. They kept him on the floor against a smaller Pacers team. But basically it's gonna be the same lineup. Like whether Ant's in or out, like their front court is McDaniels, Anderson, Gobert, right? Unless they decide to rest somebody on a back-to-back. So I think. There's not much chance I get to Anderson at 5,200.
Okay. Especially when your guy Laravia is right here, right?
Dude. Shout out. We were first here.
Doubles, back-to-back games.
We were first here. We'll take the Jake Laravia credit. Hopefully that credit is something that like works out for us long term. But Gigi Jackson's also questionable. That obviously helps Laravia. Kennard not being there obviously helps Laravia. Kind of hard to ignore the spot too against Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure. They put Kispert in the starting lineup. He only played 19 minutes in a game, had foul trouble. But if he starts again, he's going to have to at least be given a look. Koulibaly played 28 minutes, hasn't really done much of anything in the second half of this season. They started my guy Niang, 26 minutes for him, 29 fantasy points. Would have no problems running it back here with Georges.
Why wouldn't they do the same lineup either? Same, no Strus, no Donnie, no Mobley, right? So it's probably Niang starting. Where'd my boy Okoro go?
Power forward?
4,700. No, but another just another day at the office for Isaac Okoro.
Dude, 13
plus,
shots, dude. If he's gonna shoot, we gotta look at him. That's what we talked about on the show.
Just saying.
Didn't move his price tag. I agree. Blocks and steals continue to be there. Probably even got cheaped out of a couple of rebounds. That's fine. That is fine. Power forward. Boncaro's your top price guy at 87. Triple J at 82 against Atlanta feels pretty good there. Jalen Johnson got hurt. He's already out. So
he's out. Yep.
So DeAndre Hunter, Sadiq Bey going to be the starting group there. More minutes probably for Capella then in this matchup too, probably. Or Fernando
and Bruno.
Yeah,
both. I would say both centers probably. Atlanta's banged up.
Either way, Triple J came back, took 25 shots. So,
he sure did,
dude.
He sure did.
We said we loved the spot for him. I didn't get to him, unfortunately. I wish I figured out a way to do so. I mean that's what happens when he is active and he is the only guy on that team.
Yep,
25 shots,
dude. Salute also Jaren Jackson. I'm not going to say this is going to be consistent at all. Back-to-back double doubles for Jaren Jackson. 11 and 13 rebounds. He's like the old Brook Lopez, worst rebounding center in the league.
He's not very good. Zion's 81. Kuzma 78 against Charlotte feels pretty good.
Yep.
Feels pretty good.
Yep.
What's the next spot for you?
So I liked every single player you mentioned. Did you say Zion's name?
I did. I skimmed by him. I mean, I don't know.
It's a great spot. Philly's been bad defensively. So
yeah, I just don't know if 26 minutes in a blowout, 21 minutes in a blowout.
Yeah, they're really good when their offense is doing.
I guess the only thing helping Philly here is their home.
Yes. Just like it helped Toronto and the Knicks a couple of games ago.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, I know. No, I agree. I was just kidding. Also, Jaren Jackson being $100 more, only $100 more with multi-position eligibility, and Atlanta and Kuzma cheaper against Charlotte. That's going to be the problem.
I mean, if they don't go Nick Richards, Bridges has double-digit rebound upside here. These were Grant Williams games, so
I think that they start Richards, but you just see
Grant play.
Yeah.
As soon as Richards tries to lumber over to the 3-point line to cover Kuzma,
dude, what are they gonna do? I mean, but he'll guard Koulibaly.
Sure.
Probably they'll guard him because that's what they were doing. Orlando was doing with Goga, but you saw what happened. Goga played 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? Goga had a great 20-minute shift. Never played again. He didn't play the whole fourth quarter. So, yeah, I think it's Bridges is definitely fine. He's going to probably be the forgotten man of this tier too.
Yeah, Grant Williams is $5,400, so not very cheap, but I mean, got 33 minutes in that Orlando game. Didn't do anything with the minutes, but got 33. Much better spot for him here.
Yep.
Mentioned the DeAndre Hunter. Got to think he gets a nice little bump.
Yeah, he'll start. Right, that's just easy. He'll start.
Agreed. Is there anything for Davis? Davis still got 26 in that game.
Ooh. Yeah, Steve Clifford came out and said he's going to play the same guys. So wherever the rotation was,
10-9-10 from 3 for Davis here.
I assume that
revenge game.
Ooh,
Davis revenge.
Well, there's no way he can actually be mad at them. They gave him like $80 million, 60 guaranteed.
Do you think they have like a montage video stoppage for him?
Yeah, just money signs.
The I'm coming home song, and
just money signs. Him making his 1-3 and then getting hurt or something.
They just show him go to the bank,
Yeah. That is hysterical.
Anyways, he's there. Nang we talked about. Jovic.
Do you think Miami's live to sit anyone on a back-to-back?
Probably.
Or do you think...
I don't know. They kind of can't afford to, and they're facing OKC.
Yeah, especially when you have Orlando and the Knicks, 2 teams in front of you playing each other. You can gain on at least one of those teams, right? Guaranteed. They'll play until the end.
I could see them not going Jovic against the Thunder though. They could go high.
or Caleb Martin.
Yeah.
Caleb Martin, actually, he was the one. He played 33 minutes off the bench, John. He fouled out in 33 minutes. Jaquez also played 28 minutes. They really shrunk their rotation. They played they played 9 guys, but they played 6 guys basically 30 minutes, and that's it. So, would you play Caleb Martin 4,500?
Probably. If he's in the lineup.
Well, I don't think he's going to start.
Anyways, I mean, I guess, yeah, probably. I guess if he started, I'd feel a little better about it, but the minutes off the bench are legit.
Yeah.
And like you said, they're not giving Jovic a lot of run even when he starts. So
that's annoying.
Center, Bam 83, Triple J. We talked about it. Definitely like Jared Allen did not disappoint. He does have the Gobert matchup here. Gobert on the other side. Kuzma. Capella. What did Capella do for minutes in this game? Just still only got 23.
Yeah.
When did Jalen Johnson
Fernando had a big game.
Did he?
Fernando had a good game. He played
25.
He played more minutes, and he had 28 fantasy points. He played more minutes than Capella.
But they're going to start Capella.
They're going to start Capella, yes. The answer is Rudy Gobert or Jared Allen, I think. I mean, I know Jared Allen, tough spot. I know Rudy Gobert, tough spot. Dude, they're each going to play 40 minutes and, like, get every rebound and still going to get offensive putbacks. And Rudy Gobert is going to block another 4 shots. Dude, Rudy Gobert played 40 minutes again tonight. I keep saying it. He plays 40 every night. Anthony Edwards in his post-game press conference said they're basically shouted out how fast Indiana plays, and then literally said, shout out to Rudy Gobert getting up and down the floor all night tonight. He was a big reason why we won. He had 5 steals and blocks of 40 minutes for Rudy Gobert. Like, I've been saying it. Like, he's gonna play 40 minutes. He's gonna get you 40 plus fantasy points on a nightly basis.
If there's no Wendell Carter, would you go back to the Wagner Goga rotation here against the Knicks this time around?
Yes.
Who would you play?
I mean, dude, Goga played 25 minutes. He just didn't close. I would play Goga. It's also it's a definitely not as tough of a situation as it was the other night with the Kuzma 5. But, like, Washington also played Richaun Holmes 25 minutes. So, like, Goga matched the Richaun Holmes minutes essentially. Not actually, because he started and Holmes didn't.
Yeah.
But I'm okay going. I messaged you. Mo Wagner was alive. He had a monster fourth quarter.
Do you play 3,700 Richaun Holmes if he's going to get 25 minutes?
I mean, if he's going to play that well, they'll probably give him 25 minutes. If he's not going to play that well, I don't know if he plays 25 minutes. Okay. You know, it's one of those things. I think there's pretty good value. How about this? Pick Goga, Richaun Holmes, if you can only pick one of those centers. Like, Holmes does have the better matchup. He has the infinitely better matchup. But, like,
I just don't know. I mean, maybe the minute security is better for Goga, but they like don't hesitate to, like, leave Mo on the floor, right?
No, so, he basically closed that game, yeah.
Right. Now he did nothing for 3 quarters.
No, 0.
Like,
I messaged you and I said I had I had 2 fantasy points from him and Karis LeVert combined at half. That was my lineup. In one lineup, I had Karis LeVert and Mo Wagner, 2 fantasy points at half combined. And obviously they did fine, but, like, I would honestly in that instance I'd probably lean Richaun Holmes if we got ownership, and
I think I would too. If the 25 minutes are real, and I don't really think that they're not. I mean,
they don't
have another center.
They have Omayuri,
right?
Who they play a few minutes, and they have Patrick Baldwin, but Baldwin is back in the G League, so like it's the only thing you can see. Kuzma played 31 minutes in Orlando. If those 31 minutes become 37, does that directly impact Holmes? Where now Holmes, instead of 25, is playing 18 to 19?
I mean,
or
Kispert only played 19, so like there's your wing minutes for Kuzma, right? Shift him out, and then Holmes comes in at center. We could popcorn machine this and just see how it looked, but
no, I know, but like you're saying that Kispert, like you're saying the Kispert foul trouble helped Rashawn Holmes, or
possibly.
because
Or
you know,
they just plan to match up. Holmes has to be the backup 5, right? They need a backup center to Kuzma. So those are the minutes regardless. And then maybe it's just a matchup thing for them.
Holmes, so Kispert, Denny, and I have popcorn machine up.
Yeah.
Kispert, Denny were your first subs. Poole and Holmes were your first in.
Right. So Kuzma shifts.
Kuzma shifts to power forward. He only played another 2 minutes. Here's where I'm a little on the fence about Holmes. He played the final 6 minutes of the first. He played 3 minutes in the second. Didn't play again in the first half. So he played 9 first half minutes.
Oh, he's a backup center. So
He then played 3 second half shifts. Basically the same sub pattern again for Denny and Kispert. He played. I'm trying to figure this out. He came in, played the first almost 4 minutes, same as he did. Omayuri played a minute 30, and then he checked back in for Omayuri for 4 minutes into the 2 minute mark, and then Koulibaly closed over Holmes. It's a confusing sub pattern here in the second half for Rashawn Holmes.
yeah, I'm showing everybody popcorn machine because we talked about it enough.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see what it is we're talking about here.
It's a confusing second half sub pattern.
Definitely. But obviously this is where the minutes start. The blanks are where they sub out. So you can kind of see Rashawn Holmes subs in here, subs him out, see his minute run. And then, yes, he played weird spurts here, subbed in, played 7 minutes, subbed out, subbed back in, played 3 minutes, out, in, played 4 minutes, out. So
I mean, kind of bizarre.
Were they matching up with anybody up here? Not really. I mean, Mo Wagner played basically the whole fourth.
It's kind of a hard thing to predict, no? Like, that's a really, like, what are we looking at here?
Yeah. But it's our only sample size.
It is our only sample size. That is correct.
And they didn't really play weird Kispert rotation. Who is the weird rotation for
Koulibaly?
What was this? Well, I guess Kispert kind of. Kispert played for a minute 50, then got subbed out again.
Did he get a foul?
No.
No. Oh, that's weird.
And then Koulibaly did the same thing, right? Koulibaly played for a minute 50, got subbed out, played a second, 15 seconds, and then
I mean, that's bizarre. That is bizarre. That is bizarre.
Did Tyus have to tie his shoes here? Because that's the minutes.
I mean, that's just a bizarre thing. I don't know what else to say. That just seems unrepeatable. How about this?
Omayuri played only this 1 minute stint for Jordan Poole.
Yeah. But like that is like I think that's probably the unpredictability of Washington not like core, right? Where I am not disagreeing that I think like Kuzma or like these pieces could be fine, but also like Rashawn Holmes could be fine, but also I'm not fully convinced that he would be fine either. He's, I think of all the players on Washington, Rashawn Holmes, 25 minutes is a little volatile. But maybe I'm wrong because they were playing Bagley 30 minutes a night. So maybe I'm wrong.
Well, we'll figure it out with the starting lineups. I guess come out and look and see what they look like here. Let's get a lineup. Are we going Kuzma or Triple J at center?
Are we feeling a little fair and balanced? Why don't you play them both?
Okay.
Is that? Are you against that?
No.
Like Micic.
Yep. Micic down here, shooting guard 57. You like Murphy? I don't know that. Small forward.
Georges.
I was gonna do Laravia, but Georges works.
We could do both.
Guard 63. Oubre.
Still play Laravia too. It's
Laravia. It's a good spot for him. And EK util Josh Hart. Look at that. All when a plan comes together. Could also go Gobert if you wanted to, but Micic, Murphy, Niang, Kuzma, Jackson, Oubre, Laravia, Hart. $0 remaining. I'm on the playbook. We'll be back live 5 o'clock Eastern time. Close out the week for everybody here. Hopefully with some winners. We'll see you then, everybody. Good luck. Make sure you enter that Better Edge contest. We'll be talking about it. Link will be in the playbook as well. We'll see you later.